box. I want to see who was there. But today, we have a woman, a value-packed woman that is coming to drop nuggets for us. We have Onyi Damola with 10 years of experience, a HRO generalist with 10 years of experience across the HRO field. That means she's done consulting, she's done HRO business, she's done people recruitment, management. To me, she has done it all, and that is across Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Brazil. So if you're excited for Onyi Damola today, please put up emojis on the screen. Let's clap for her. She has worked with wow, she has worked with organizations like Microsoft, Total, ExxonMobil, and she has offered her services to over 2,000 talents across Nigeria, Ghana, UAE, Iraq. She's talent packed. So she's coming to tell us how are we going to structure our CVs? What are we doing wrong? What we can do right? And how we can use LinkedIn to get us from point A to point B. So thank you, Onyi Damola, for joining us today. I know that I'm eager to. Okay.
I was on mute. I was talking. I was on mute. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I'm eager to learn with myself because, like I said, on the 19th, I'm also going to display my CV for corrections. So thank you so much. I know you'll be sharing your screen with us in a minute. As you do that, let me check the chat box to see if anybody has dropped anything. Nobody, but that's fine. I will remember for us since I'm the community lead here. Last session slogan was AKA show them, AKA, know your onions. So as we do that, let's welcome Onyi Damola.
Okay, thank you so much, Anita. Hi everyone, how are you all doing today? So first and first, I wanted to say, so this is like a conversation. It's not going to be like someone coming and shouting over you or just hi Adiola. So it's not someone coming and talking to you. So I want to talk with you so that we're able to get value from this session. So feel free if there's anything you want to chime in, if there's really anything that you really want me to repeat, feel free to really just raise up your hand. I know that Anita will be monitoring, or just put your comment in this comment section, just so that we can have a lively session and we can all just kind of be alive and be happy to be here. I am happy to be here, and I want to be sure that you guys are happy to be here. If you are not happy to be here, I will just go back to my house, or I'll go back
We are happy
to my sleep. Okay.
Everybody, if you're happy, put it on the chat section.
Let me know you're happy because I need you to be happy. So I'm going to share my screen as we are all getting to. I like to believe that I'm a very easy, happy person. So that's why I just really like that sort of energy. So while I'm sharing my screen, I want to see that, yes, you guys can now see. So good. Anita, you can see, right? So we're good.
Yes.
Okay. So once again, thank you to Wentos, to the leadership of this community. I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I really appreciate for you bringing this sort of space together to share, to equip, to really just inspire. Because I always say that I prefer information than you giving me like money, because for me, information is access. What I don't know, and then what I know, that can help me to fly, or that can take me to the next step. So this is really very good. And I want you, as you guys are all here, I really want you to open your mind. Don't worry, I'm not preaching. I really want you to open your mind and really just see the value or take any learning. And again, if there's any question, feel free to ask, raise up your hand, ask, or drop it in the comment section. I want this session to really be lively. I want it to be interactive. And I'm also very happy that after this, we're going to have time for the workshop to really, again, dig deep and share more value with ourselves. So much ado, we are 60 minutes out. Let me just jump in. So first, I like to tell you about myself. I mean, who am I and why should you listen to me? I always say that, why should anyone listen to me? So first, Anita has tried to talk about my work stuff. So I'm not going to really repeat that, but just to say I'm an award-winning global people leader. I have 12 years of cross-functional experience. I have been fortunate to work in Europe, to work in Africa, to work in Middle East, and now I work in Europe. So that's like the work stuff. The me stuff. So like for me, that's the fun thing. So me stuff, I believe that I'm very curious. I'm a curious being, and believe me, and I am obsessed. I know that it can be a bit of obsession. I'm obsessively optimistic. I do not believe. I believe there's good in everything. One of my favorite quotes to say is even a bad clock is right twice. So I see the good in every, no matter how hopeless the situation is. Oh, it's not working. I'm applying, no one is answering. I just always believe that there's good in everything. There's something good in every situation. So this is really what I believe, and this has really carried me all through life and all through life. It has really just carried me. So I'm a lover. I'm a sister. I'm a mentor. I'm a coach. I'm a mom, and overall, I am a child of God. So now let's come to fun stuff. Fun stuff. Like I said, because I'm curious, I like to travel. I've not done more of that. I should do more. So 15 countries. I've walked over 3 regions. I currently live in the UK. I'm Nigerian. Glory to God. And I like good food. I really like food is like one of my love language. I really also really love Nigeria. No matter what, how it's going, I just really believe and love the country. My family, God. I said that I don't really like watching TV. So I can do months without watching TV. That's where I'm at. But now I'm just getting, because of my kids, I'm getting to do more, but I'm not really a TV fan. I'm more of an internet fan. So let's go to why I mean, I just really want you to guys name. So to now know you, can you guys drop in the comment section your name, where you're from, if you're Nigerian, like what state? I'm from Ibadan. I didn't put that. I didn't know. I believe that this community is like is I don't believe that only Nigerians are here. So that's why I didn't really want to say like the village that I'm from. So drop in the comment section your name, where you're from. It will be good to see anyone. If you're from Ibadan, I have a special love for you then. See, exactly. That's what I didn't want to say. I like Clement is from Kenya, Sophie is from Malawi. See, memories of Malawi. Anita is Nigerian. Okay. And Joseph is from Enugu. Okay. Joseph, I've been to Enugu. I like it in Enugu. So, yes. Did I miss anyone? Yes, Klena is Ghanaian. I like it in Ghana too, Klena. And I've been like 7 times to Ghana. My colleagues are very nice and warm. So don't worry, we're not going to talk about the Jollof war. We leave that out. We leave that out of this conversation. Anyways, nice to meet all of you. So now let's go into our conversation. So let's start. So today we want to speak about CV, how to really make your CV like stand out, like how to make your CV really showcase your value. So one thing, if you forget anything we're going to talk about today, just do not forget this. You always need to show your value. You always need to. So today we're going to talk about how you can show your value on your CV and how you can show your value on LinkedIn. All of this to help you stand out as that next thing. For people that are Nigerian, you know what we always say as that next thing before sliced bread. How you just need to show yourself, how you need to showcase your value. So these are the things we want to be talking about. So I've sort of moved this into 2 ways. I put the CV first because I know that people will be maybe much more interested in that. So I have some things to talk about on the CV and some things to talk about on LinkedIn as well. But I'm going to really dive into the CV to talk about the CV more. So everybody is talking about CV. Why do I need a CV? What is the buzz? What is the buzz? What is the story about just really this CV? Why we're all just really talking about CV. But for me, I want you to look at it from this angle. It might, because I always say number one, your CV is going ahead of you. And I believe that I already assume that I'm talking to people that are either career professional or looking towards to be career professional in tech. So I'm not going to. I already believe that all of us have that in common. We are all career professionals or looking to be or career professional in tech. So this is why I'm not going to start with, oh, are you in business? Are you in tech? I already make that assumption. So that's why I believe that. And your CV is one document, is one tool that goes ahead of you. That has already you are not going to be in the room when recruiters are going to be reviewing your CV. So how then are you not going to show your ultimate self, your ultimate value on that document that is going to go? You have to do that because that's one thing. That's what is going to unlock opportunities for you And let's face it, we're in 2024, we are in an extremely competitive job market. And that's period. Anywhere where you're in Europe, you're in Africa, the job market is just it's competitive because everybody is fighting for the same thing. So the job market, especially if you are looking for lucrative job, and especially if you are now in tech, it's competitive. You're competing with folks from India, from Asia, from everywhere. So you have to make sure you put that extra icing on the cake to make sure that you're standing out. So I always say that, like I was saying, your CV is like your key. I see your CV as that key that allows you to step into the next room of opportunity. So your CV is that first thing that represents you. Is a representation of you. Is that first thing that employers, recruiters, potential hiring team are going to see that represents you. So you have to make sure that it's telling your complete story. No matter, so even if you feel like you don't have experience, there's something you can still. You remember I said even a backlog is right choice. So even if you feel, oh, I don't have much, I only have network and volunteering. There's a way you can couch. There's a way you can go. There's a way you can always tell your story that people are going to be wondering, lovely. So there's a way. So it doesn't matter if you have 10, 5, 0. There's a way that you can couch it. So for me, your CV is your first is the representation of your person, and you must make sure that it sells your story. That's extremely key and that's extremely important. And your CV should be an embodiment of your experience, your skills, your competencies, and this one that I don't want you to forget, your value. Your CV, that's it, is an embodiment of all of it, and it's something that has to come together, and you have to make sure that your CV is standing out from other applicants. You have to couch it to win, because you're not here to just be like, you're not here to be part of the numbers. You are here, so for every job you're applying for everything, the way you are making sure that I'm showing up here 100%, because I'm not here to be part of your numbers. I'm here to grab the value, to grab the job, take as many job that I want. That's really how I want you to think, because it always comes from that sort of mindset. And remember that your CV is going to be that tool, is that document that gets your foot into the door. So that's the way I see the CV. It gets your foot into the door. Interview is going to take you further, but CV at least will be able to open the door and get your foot into the door. So any question, if you have any question, please drop it. So moving on now to talk about moving on to then speak about how do we, decoding recruiters' perspective, because I want you to also see it. It's not enough for you to see things from your own job applicant point of view. You also need to see it from the recruiter point of view. What are they looking for? What are they? So because you need that to be able to know how then you are going to write your CV, or how you are going to make your CV show the value, show your competencies that we're talking about. So first thing, when they say that recruiter spends between 6 to 10 seconds reviewing the CV, it's not a lie, it's true. Because, and this we used to say this 5 years ago. I believe that right about now they spend less, really influx, because I hope you know that the more we are using technology now, there are a lot of AI tools that is helping people apply for job. That means that we are having, if yesterday we were having maybe 250, 300 applications for one role, now because of the advancement in technology, we're having 1,000, 1,500. So that's a lot of more pressure. And more, that's why you need to make sure that your own CV is standing out. I'm all for leveraging technology. I'm all for that, but you have to then make sure that your CV is grabbing the attention. Even as a recruiter is looking at your CV, and I'll show you, just for showing sake, I've put a template in this presentation, and I will also probably be able to show you a CV that just speaks. So your CV needs to speak. The information needs to be, immediately I look at one page, and one thing I always like to say is, don't assume that the recruiter is going to read your page 2 of your CV, or maybe read your page 3. Don't assume. Assume that the recruiter is going to only sit on your first page. So it means that the first page has to speak, and that's on period. He has to grab. You have a small attention, and you can always say, even all of us right now, we are on social media. A lot of things is calling your attention. So you are scrolling. I don't have time to watch your nowadays. I don't even have time to watch a 1-minute video. Make it short. And everybody can attest to that. You don't have time anymore to watch 30 minutes, to watch 1 minute. What are you talking about for 1 minute? Because of our there's a lot of things pulling us. So same, it's the same thing happen. Imagine recruiter with 1,500, and we're going to talk about application tracking system at some point. But what I'm trying to say here is you need to make sure that your CV is grabbing, is really getting the attention it needs to get on time, and that everything is just right there that they need. So for me, put the best of your information in your first page. Don't assume that someone is going to go to your page 2 or your page 3. And that's so put the clear headline has to be clear, your summary, everything just has to be, everything is important and everything is crucial and everything has to be clear. So just moving on. Now I want to just speak about I know that there's a lot of topics, or there's just a lot of talk around ATS. What's an ATS? What's the automation? Or ATS is here to scream me out. ATS is here to show me. I want to give you from somebody that has used ATS multiple times. So I want to give you my perspective. So nobody is setting ATS because of you. So recruiters are not setting ATS. They're not setting ATS because of Anita, because you know what? I want to study something because I want to screen out Anita. I want to screen out Wendy. No. So they are setting the ATS and they're using their own. And what does ATS mean? It's an automation tracking system. It's a tool that organization puts in place to help their recruiters to just be able to, to be able to manage the recruitment process. So ATS does not stop after the screen candidate out or in. It's a tool that we use. So even after the sourcing stage, after the selection stage, it's the same tool that's going to help in terms of scheduling interview. It's the same tool that will help in terms of onboarding. We have stronger ones like that helps in terms of till the person will receive their contract and they resume. So the ATS is not so using the ATS to pass CVs is just, we're talking about maybe 5% of the work that the ATS does. So you need to see the ATS, that the ATS is not looking to screen you out. The ATS is actually looking to screen candidates in. And what do I mean by that? Yes, I agree. The recruiters or the hiring team, they have set some keywords, because if I am interviewing for a UI UX, what in the name of Jesus do I want to see? Do I want to see a customer service? I don't want to see you. So all I want to see is a UI UX. I hope that you understand. So they are not using the ATS to screen you out. They're actually using it. So I really want you guys to get this. They are using it to screen in, to screen what they want. If unfortunately for you, you are not part of what I want, you are not part of what I want. So you are not going to use a customer service CV to come and apply for a UI UX job, and then you are praying to God for you to be selected. I don't understand the kind of magic you're expecting to happen. I know that God is a miracle worker, but I just want you to see. So this is why tailoring your CV to each job application, I know, really, believe me, I want to be very practical with you guys. I know what I'm saying is hard. For you to really tailor, to take one CV and be tailoring it to all the jobs you're applying. I know it's hard. I'm not going to come here and I know it's hard, but it's what you have to do to help you to be, if you are looking to get something, it is what you have to do. And this also means that you have to also be realistic with yourself. Only you cannot want to be tech sales. Still only you want to be UI UX. Still same you is looking to be software engineer. So you know, because it would then, I know that we can be multi-potentialite, we have a lot of skills. I agree. If that's what you want, then it means that you will have multiple CV for probably your training. Probably you started off in one line and you feel like your strength can carry you to another line. I know that works, but you have to probably have different CV for that. But to be honest, if you ask me honestly, I would say that when you're starting out, you just have like what you focus on, because you cannot give the same attention to two things. You cannot be the same person that wants to do this, because at the end of the day, you are still a person that you will still live, you will sleep, you will eat. I know that some people can do it, but I'm just trying to, sometimes it's good to just really maintain focus. If in this season, what I'm going to look for is this, you know that what you're looking for is this. But so let's come back. Don't let us digress. So back to now, talking about the ATS. So you have to make sure that every job you apply, that is important. Every job you're applying, you are really tailoring the CV. Like I said, I know it's hard. I know that it's not what I'm saying is not easy to be, it's not easily attainable, but it's very possible because I myself I do it. So it means that you will probably just, it means that you will just going to scan through scan through the JD, you look at your CV. You can actually have maybe multiple CV and you look at your CV, you can say, which, and I'll take for example, some maybe you're good in product designing and you're also good in product management. You know that both are related, but you can have different CV. One CV product designing and one CV for your product management. So if you see a job that is for product design, you can look at JD and you say, okay, I'm going to use my product designer CV for this, but you are also going to tweak one or two things to match the words. And I always tell you, these words are usually the same. For example, somebody is using, they're just using, maybe they're using different, maybe synonyms of the word. You probably have that in your CV. So you're just going to two things here and there to fit that JD, and boom, you apply. And once you do that, I can tell you, you see, and the one good thing I always talk about technology is they don't know you, they don't recognize you. It's, it 1 + 1 is 2. So if you do that, believe me, you are going to pass through because they are screening in, not out. Remember, you're going to pass through. One, having passing the interview is another conversation entirely, and then that's on you. But that's another conversation entirely that we're not going to go into. But being able to secure interviews, you being able to get your foot in the door is very, 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 very possible. And that's what I want you to know from this conversation. So let's move on. So yeah, I just wanted to speak about. So yeah, we've spoken about what you need to. We've spoken about automation tracking system. So now I want to talk about design. I know that you must have heard things about what sort of design should I use? Can I use design? Can I not use design? I will give you, while I would tell you for free that there might not be a universally accepted design and CV templates all across, but one thing you can never go wrong for me, and I'll tell you, is to have a Word document CV with no paparazzi, no design, no coloring. I know that folks, you feel like it has to be beautiful, but you know that your CV in Word you can write it in a way that is compelling, that is decent, and that is still beautiful. You don't have to color. First, you must make sure that, and I've seen CVs that on top you have Calibri, below you have Time Romance, after you will use Arial. No, you need to make sure that your fonts are consistent, the spacing, the margin. All you need is just a CV that looks professional. You don't need a CV that looks beautiful to land your desired job, because you know that some of these old ATSs, they don't recognize, they don't know how to read graphics, they don't know how to read pictures. We're not even going to talk about that. They don't know how to read pictures, graphics, but you know what? Everything, they know how to read a Word document. Everybody can read a Word document. So what I'll say is that if you are, for example, if you are using OpenSAN, make sure that it's the same during all your documents. Yes, you can bolden things, but just make sure, because you're also trying to make sure it looks presentable, it looks decent enough, and it looks nice. I know that in some country, for example, I've lived in the Middle East, they use pictures on CV. It was strange to me, but it is like the norm. So I know that in some countries, putting your picture on your CV is normal. And that's why I'm going to say that I don't believe that there's a universally accepted format, but one format that is cut across seasons. If you use a normal Word document with clear fonts, clear spacing, something that looks decent and professional, it doesn't have to look beautiful. It will get you the result. And the content is banging, it will get you the result. So again, consistency on your text and everything. So this is really, I just wanted you to know that. And next thing I wanted to talk about is just building blocks of a standard CV. So this is what I believe a standard CV should look like. Of course, you will have your contact information at the top. Don't worry, I will show you in this slide how it's the standard CV. So in my company, Career Ready Pro, if you go to our website, there is a free template. We have a free template of the standard CV, and I will show it to you here, which is, believe me, it's a universally accepted template because it's a standard CV template. It has no coloring. It's in Word document. So contact information, you have your address, and when I'm talking about the address, these are some of the myths that I will look to sort of bust here. we are in 2024. I know when we write CVs in maybe 2020, 2010, we could put our full address. I live at number 5 Alagbado Street, Ijaye. We could do that. But now we are all on the internet. There are crazy people everywhere. You don't want someone to come and knock on your door. Internet is a very funny place. We also have to be careful. And I know that there are folks here that are probably into cybersecurity. So you know what I'm talking about. Please you can put just Ijaye Lagos. I don't need to know your street. You can put for the person in Ghana, you can always put Tema, Accra. You don't have to go deep into the street. No, you don't need that. So obviously your phone number, your professional email. So this I want to say, and because even in people that are like senior professional, I see them. And I'm not saying it's a deal breaker, but it's just the way it makes you look. Your email should be your name, like Anita dot whatever, Oyindamala dot Wendy dot, or if it's just Anita, don't fine boy and fine girl Anita, pretty face Joy 1995 at yahoo.com. It's somehow. It's somehow. Just let it be your name. If you want it to be your first name, let it be your first name. If you want it to be your full name, let it be your full name. Let us just forget. I'm not saying that it will cost you anything, but I don't know if it will cost you. But let's just do something that just remember what we are talking about. We are trying to show, we are putting our best foot forward, and we're trying to showcase our value. So the question you need to always ask yourself is, does this CV showcase the fullness of my value? Ask yourself, think about it and say, this CV I'm about to submit for this role, does it carry the fullness of my value? If it doesn't, and I'm not saying strive forget about progress and strive for perfection. That's not what I'm saying, but just make sure that it carries the fullness of your value. And if you feel like fine face Oyinda doesn't really speak the value that you're trying to convey, you can always have another email address. And I can tell you for free, my email address for a very long time used to be Honeymix. Honeymix is actually my name. It means Oyinda. But I just felt like it got to a long time ago, it got to a particular stage in my life. I just felt like it doesn't show who I want people to see. I just want you to know me by my name, and that's it. So I changed both all my email addresses, both all my social media handles. I changed everything to my name. I know that while we were in school, we always like to be funky, Honeymix, call me, but it just got to a point. I'm like, no, I want people to know me by my name, and that's it. So you need to, if you're not there yet, that's fine, but at least try to use something that is your name. And you want somebody to look at your CV, they see your name, they're like, oh, okay. You don't want them to be saying, is it Onimi, is it with one I, one E? When, people want to check you out. They want to look at your CV and they quickly want to copy your name on LinkedIn. They want to really check you out. You want it to be as easy as possible. So in terms of your career goals, aspiration, make sure it's concise. Just make sure that you are highlighting relevant skills and competencies. You are not this thing I want you to actually take. Another thing, I know I've said a lot of take this thing from this session. So you need to also think from the angle of achievement. I know we always do our CV from a standpoint of responsibility. What was your responsibility in this job? No. What did you achieve in this role? What was your achievement in your last role? What is your current achievement? That's what people want to see on your CV. I want to see your, I don't want to, responsibility are good and nice. All nice and dandy, but I want to see what did you achieve? And believe me, everybody achieves something. Even if you were part of a team that has done something they achieved. If you were part of a product management team, you were part of a customer excellence team, you are working in a company that they build an application, that application is functioning in the market because of your customer, because the customers are not shouting on Trustpilot, giving you bad reviews on Apple Store because of your role. So you have to think like that, the value you're adding, your value, your achievement, that's it. It's because of you as an excellent customer success person. You're not allowing your client, your users to be really talking about your brand in a way that is not nice. So those are your achievements. You can coin that into good achievement that it will stand out on your resume. So you don't, I just want to highlight everybody as an achievement. Of course, your academics, you need to make sure that you're showcasing your academics. And then again, if you have any certification, it needs to be on your CV. Another thing we always had in any CV that we write for people is other interests. sometimes you want people to see you outside of the work, outside of this is me, I'm a professional. You really just want people to see that other side of you. So you can add a line for other interests where people can see more. Are you photography? Are you into football? You will be shocked. I've heard people say they went to interview and the only thing they're talking about is football. Obviously, they spend time talking about football, talking about gardening, talking about dogs, and you'll be like, okay. Because at the end of the day, I want you to also remember that people work with people. People are not working with robots. People want to work with people, and people want to work with people that are warm, people that are cool. People want to work with, of course, you have to be good, but people just want to work with people. They want to be able to have conversation with people. So that also works. So, yes, I think that now I want to show you. So, this is the template I was talking about, is the template. So, if you want, you can, it's the template you can download for free. It's free on Career Ready Pro website. So I'm just going to drop that for you. So don't worry, I'm going to give you guys a lot of I'm going to just drop. You can download it. I believe you can download it here. Yes, so you can download that here. This template can be downloaded on this on our website. So just I wanted to use this because you're going to come back in 2 weeks and we're going to talk about what you've done. So I don't want to send you into the hair and say, I want to show you I want to give you a template that will help you. At the end of the day, we have to further help ourselves. So I wanted to show you this template. It will, like I said, it's a standard template. It's a simple word template, no graphics, no nothing. And I believe that it's an acceptable template anyway. So of course, you've seen your name, you put your address, your LinkedIn, your email address. So another thing that we do, it's something we do for keyword optimization. It's something we also do to further help you showcase that professional that you are is this place. Is this, so we say, what's your profession? Are you into digital marketing? Are you a digital analyst? Are you so here, for someone that is like, you feel like you can do product, you can do it. You can be a product manager, you can be a product owner. Obviously, you know strategy, you know the business. So this place is a place where you can play with words that further gives you, and is an extra line for keywords to show I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. So we put that in to just further give you a room to showcase what you can do. Product manager, instead of just saying product manager, you could do product manager, you could do product owner, you could do whatever more you could do. You put that here, which just makes it good. And then you have your profile summary. So you need to provide a powerful summary here. It has to be a paragraph. And we said that you don't need to use bullet point here, but to be honest, you can use few bullet point. You can use maybe 2 bullet point if you want. I have a CV that I use 2 bullet point here. So you can, again, like I said, you can always do as you please, but just make sure it's no more than 4 to 6 lines. You have to make it impactful. You have to this is where you speak about yourself, like you are the next thing after sliced bread. Don't be shy to really speak about. Don't be afraid to blow your own horn, because remember, this document is going to go ahead of you. And this document, what we want to use it for is to use it to unlock and open doors, so that you put your foot in the door and then you can get interviews and ultimately land or your dream job or your desired job. So don't be shy to sell yourself. And here again, you can then talk about your skills. Again, this place for the skills further again gives you room to impute all of those keywords that you feel like is in line with the JD. Please remember, so yeah, in the JD you've already scanned, and then you also know that and you're all tech folks, you know that there are tools that when you put the JD, they can tell you the first 10 keywords in that JD. Boom, you carry it, you put it on your CV. I will tell you about the product that we are building, and the version 2 we are looking to put that into. You put in a JD, it can give you the 10 keywords so that you can quickly put that on your. Again, we are not agreeing for anybody. We are showing up with our value and want to take what belongs to us. We are not here to be counted as data or number. We are here to take what we feel like we deserve. So you have to see it from that. So your skills, you can then look at the JD and say, okay, what is it? If by the time you're going to look at JD, they always say you're going to see what they are repeating. Take the 5, 6, 7 and come and put it here. Remember what I said about key achievements. So we are not here to talk about responsibility I was here to do, we are here to talk about what we've come here to achieve. So you are going to you're going to showcase yourself with what you've achieved. There's always everybody with key achievements. Like there's nobody, it might take you a bit of, you might need to sit with yourself to think about it, but there's nobody that does not achieve anything. Even if you just finished school today, it's an achievement. Is it easy to go into university in Africa or anywhere to spend 4 years? It's not easy. Especially if you're even Nigerian. In fact, if you're Nigerian, you need to double it and put more. It's not easy to really. So you have to. What I'm just trying to say is, everybody has something to put. And another thing that I want to add to it is you need to make sure, because when somebody looks at your CV, you want them to look pim, 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 and they are seeing everything is neat. Your resume is neat, is decently written. All the fonts are aligned. There's no one font is there, one font is there. Everything is clear, and you can see how it's clean. And then once they look like that, they see it's clean, they look like that, they see that everything is in place. Once they look down, they are seeing numbers. Then the recruiter will be able to see to say, okay, this person knows, they know what they are doing. You are putting your numbers, because at the end of the day, everything has to get measured. So you have to say, okay, you use, and I deliberately put, because I know that sometimes keywords, I deliberately put these action words in there in the template, so that you are not already looking. We have actually done half of the work for you, so that you are not looking, what am I going to put? You already have like good keywords that you can use, and then you put your percentage, what you're doing, you put the figures, if it's percentage, if it's money. You have to make sure that you are qualifying you're qualifying your achievement, you're putting matrix and you're putting numbers. It's very important. It will draw people to you. It makes it very attractive, and it makes it worth looking. So this is any question. If there's any question, please do let me know. So this I believe that this part is clear. We are talking about achievements. After we talk about our profile summary, we talk about our skills. Anita, do you want to say something?
Yeah, so Diana dropped a question earlier. She said the biggest hurdle I see is them wanting years of experience for entry-level positions. How do we optimize for that?
I know, and I will, let me finish this. We take it. I will tell you. I know, and I wish that we are in a world that people just use their brain, but sadly, people don't use their brain these days. So because I don't know where they want people that are just coming into the workforce to go and manufacture the years of experience. But I will we will talk about it. I have a reply for you, but let's talk about it at the end so that we don't lose this trail of thought. But very good question. Thank you. So yes, so we've spoken about the achievement, and next you would then talk about your professional experience. You put your job title, you put something relevant, like we said, it could be UI UX designer, cybersecurity analyst, whatever it is, product manager. You put it here, you put what you've done, you put the years, and then you just, again, start with present verb, very action verbs, so that you use that to qualify what you're doing. This is just sort of a repeat of what with the verbs that you have here. You could use any, there are more. And then of course you put your education. Is it an MBA? Is it from Oxford? Was it, obviously that's in United Kingdom? You did a master's, is a master's in University of where? In the United Kingdom. No, you just then put, and then you put your technical skills. Just so you put, if you're good with Figma, Conference, Jira, everything, you can put that there. So this is really just me showing you a visual, because I know that some of us are visual person. It's just a visual of everything we've been saying, to allow you to see how you can position and structure your resume in a way that catches anybody's attention. It speaks value, and it just showcases you as that very high level professional, and it allows you. And once you optimize for keywords, so again, always remember that ATS are there to ATS are there to pull you in, not to screen you in, not screen you out. And then once you do put the keywords, you are sure that at least you are able to, you stand a better chance. You stand it again. I'm not going to just say something to say. I'm not going to say that, oh, once you do this, everybody will be calling you left, right, and center. But I know that it will improve your chances tremendously. And I can tell you, we've tried this. We have tried this. It's a process that is tried and tested. And then I can tell it helps by 80%. So doing this will skyrocket your chances by 80% to be able to land your dream job. And then the rest then belongs to how you go to the interview, to speak about the experience you've put, how you're able to back it up, and how you're really just able to confidently speak. But that's a conversation for another day. So let's move on. We have 42 minutes. Oh my God, now I have to rush. So yeah, just back to what I said again. Again, I've already said this. You need to sell your value and not your responsibility. You need to shift your focus, but I think we've already sort of said this. And then and finally, everything is about storytelling. And I'm sure everybody already knows this. It's about what story are you telling? Either you are fresh graduate and having some level of experience. How are you selling? How are you really selling your story? How are you sharing your story? Because what I always say is that even when you're going to go to interviews, storytelling is really how you have by yourself embody your story and you are able to tell it. And you can tell that on your resume, and that will, because remember that you will sometimes don't get a second chance at making the first impression, and it costs you nothing to make sure that your CV is optimized to the deck, to the T. When it in the, I always say, do this first. When you're not getting the interview, it's another conversation, it's another challenge. Let's focus on this challenge. So now, to before I move to the LinkedIn, I will just breeze through the LinkedIn question that the question that you read out, and it's a very good question. So what I would say is that for people like that, you need to look at what do you have in your hand. I know that people are not, you probably don't have a job now and everybody's asking you for experience, but you know that even in your daily lives, your daily life is an experience. So, and I will give you a practical example. Every day, what do you do? What exactly do you do? I know you don't have a job yet. What do you do? Are you volunteering with people? Have you really seriously considered volunteering? You guys are here with mentors. You are still looking. I mean, you're going to be paired with mentors. You are still looking to get something. But you know that you can, if you appear with a mentor that sort of maybe have like a company, you know that you can tell your mentor, can I volunteer with you 10 hours? And I'm saying this because I know that you want to spend time applying for jobs, and I don't, whatever thing, even you want to spend time sleeping, how you spend your time, I don't want to concern myself, but you can tell your mentor, you know what, can I volunteer with you? Even if it's small as 10 hours, 10 hours in a week. Just what do you need? Do you need somebody for your social media? Do you need anything? Do you need, and I know you need anything at all, so that you can sit, because I don't want to teach you how to use people. I want to teach you how to be value to people. So I don't want to say, go and tell your mentor, oh, can I use your company when as where I'm working? No, because that will feel like, because you're not doing it. And you also need to do it to be able to talk about it. But you can say 10 hours, and everybody can give 10 hours. Some of you spend more than 10 hours on social media. Really. So you can say 10 hours every week. I want to help you to do this. And so even if you don't have a mentor yet, maybe you are not paired yet, you have an uncle, you have a friend, like even less for if you now say, oh, I have no uncle, I flew from the sky, but you have friends. Even in this community of mentors, there might be someone that has a company that's probably your friend. You can say, this thing that you're building, I'm part of it. Oh, come in for the brainstorming. So those are experience you can leverage on your resume. And I know that some of you already, as we are talking, some of you already have 5 on that. Your parents probably have companies that you can say, Daddy, one day in a week, I'm sitting in your office. I'm helping you. I'm shadowing someone. So that, because you need that. Some of you, let's say that, okay, my daddy has no company. Okay, you have an uncle that probably have your sister's husband, your brother's wife, your uncle, and I'm just saying, the network is there. All you need to do is, and believe me, you can say, I'm shy to ask, or but they are seeing me. Why are they not asking me? You think that people are going about thinking about your problems? No. So you have to say, this thing, can I offer this? Can I, so that you have that experience, that because you have to, in nothing, you have to try to pull something out to your benefit. Because remember that remember that I said, for me, I'm obsessively optimistic. So there's always good in everything. There's always good in it. So you can take that situation that seems like they are asking me for years of experience I don't have. With what you have, create something. Either by volunteering with your friend, either by volunteering with family, either by just, and believe me, there's a lot of internship online these days that I see that are asking for all this. There was a girl that I was mentoring at some point. In fact, it's a formal mentorship. They put them to work with Access Bank. It's a program. I can ask her if it's important, but I don't know how they did it. But they put them to do internship in banks like Access Bank in Nigeria. It was because he went to go and look for this information.
So sorry. I don't understand what's going on. What?
أرغموا الكفر زمانا.
You need to remove the link. Jesus Christ. I think somebody has shared the link in an.
What?
Somebody has shared the link in a.
So everybody, can we just?
It's
Okay.
because the link has been shared the link has probably been shared in a public space. Don't worry, it has happened in my fellowship before. You can imagine we're in fellowship, so you can imagine. Yeah. So I know. So it probably means that the link has been shared in a public space. The link has been exposed.
Oh, apologies, everyone.
Yeah. So can you put like a I don't know if you can do it as we are talking. I don't know if it's still possible. Like
Revoke the link.
Wait room. Yeah, if it's possible.
Yeah, we are having a wait room. So yeah.
Yeah, okay, so there's something. Then maybe Wendy needs to make sure whoever you're admitting.
Yeah.
It happened before my fellowship, so I kind of know. Anyway, so let's talk about LinkedIn. I think we get it. We get it for CV now, and I answered our questions. If there's any more, we'll talk it about the end. So we have less than 20 minutes to talk about LinkedIn. So I hear someone say, why does LinkedIn matter? Everybody's again this LinkedIn left, LinkedIn right, LinkedIn. Why does it matter? Well, as of February 2024, LinkedIn has 1 billion users. I don't know the numbers of Facebook itself, but 1 billion users. Imagine we're talking about 1 billion people, 1 billion professional users. I like to put it that way. 1 billion professional users in a space, and you have access to it. 1 billion. First, LinkedIn is the only professional network today that will give you direct access to key decision makers, to key players. LinkedIn is where you can see the CEO. What is your dream company? I always like to ask people, what's your dream company? Everybody should have a dream company. What's your dream company? LinkedIn is a place where you can, if you have the email messages, is a place where you have the probability, still a probability, but it's a chance that you can shoot an email to the CEO of your dream company and the guy is going to read it. It might not, but there's a probability that he's going to read it. Have you really thought about how powerful that network is? It means that you don't even have to pay. You don't have to pay for that 1 month. You don't have to pay for that 1 month premium access. You can even do it you can do the free, what do they call it? The trial. And in that 1 month, you have emails. I think it's 5 or 12. I need to check. You can shoot emails to CEOs of your dream company, and you have the chance. It's still a chance. You have the chance that the CEO is going to read it. So for me, that's powerful. That's access. That's opportunity raised to power. 1 billion. Just at our, just lying there waiting for someone to use it. And again, another thing that will also bust your brain is LinkedIn is still also the most underutilized social media that we have. It's still very, very underutilized. And but for me, the good news is that the algorithm are friendlier. Like, while you are going to shout about Instagram is doing this, Twitter, I don't understand, TikTok, I don't even know what those ones are doing. On LinkedIn, the algorithm are still friendly. It means that you can make a post now, and wherever you want to see it, it's still very, very great. You can grow. It depends on what you want to do. I know that different people want to use LinkedIn for different things, but I'm going to just assume everyone is looking to use it to advance their career. You can with LinkedIn. You have the opportunity. And another thing, again, you can join networking group. There are different groups, focus group, engagement group. The opportunity on LinkedIn is just endless. I mean, it's like it's like you have multiple wells, and they are just saying, you come and draw from me, you come and draw from me. So the opportunities are just all there, and you just need to decide, how do I want to use it? What do I want to play? How do I want to play? So very quickly, I might not be able to run you through this benefit, but one thing I'll say is the opportunity to connect with professionals, mentors, like industry leaders is so limitless. I really just want you to take advantage, and you have direct access. Like you're just one email and you're one email away from the CEO of your dream company. Like, and believe me, one thing I want to tell you for free, don't let anybody lie to you. Those CEOs are there on LinkedIn and they are seeing it, and they're like, at that particular level, I don't know if they have, if I can say that at that particular level, I would joke that they have already made it in life. So believe me, they have time. They have time. They are there. Some of them are even looking to give back, to pour back. You also know that some of them are looking for opportunities to even see someone to impact. So take the opportunity and don't sleep on it. And also another thing I really like about LinkedIn is the LinkedIn Learning. You know, they have this short capsule learning. For me myself, I just go there and just do some learning, just to and it's short. They made it like 30 minutes, 32 minutes, so that they know that, you know, bite size. So please take advantage of it. So just to also talk about how you can position your LinkedIn profile. So I always say you need to use in the headshot again, show at the end of the day. Sadly or good, we are still very visual human beings. We are still human beings, and we are drawn to what we see. So you need to make sure and when we say headshot, you remember that you don't have to go to the studio. These days, with the good thing with very nice phone cameras, you can just dress well, sit down, and let somebody just take you, and you can edit it now, make it brighter. You know, in fact, I personally, I mean, I'm an AI enthusiast, but I personally don't use AI for my pictures because, again, I'm more on the AI for good side, on the ethical AI for AI use. So I'm still like, I don't want AI to use my photo and but if you want, you can. I've seen people use AI for their professional photo now. So you can try your hands on it, or you can just sit down and edit it and bam, cover profile picture is LinkedIn profile picture is already ready. Another thing you can also do, you know, the background. You know, there's this after our picture, there's this background that's that long rectangular space behind. You can decide to say, everybody, you should be able to use Canva. You can decide to say, what do I even want to put? Do you want to show, if you are a software engineer, do you want to say female software engineer? You know, again, remember, you are selling yourself with every opportunity. Female software engineer looking to blah blah blah. You can always say that and put it there, something small. Or do you want to just you put like yourself, you put like not yourself, you put like another image of a lady just in that software space. You want to, there are different things you can, believe me, Canva, they have a lot of template that you can leverage. And then obviously you then come to where you now need to speak about yourself. Again, keywords. For LinkedIn, I can tell you this for free. Recruiters go to LinkedIn and they will use their Boolean search. They put keywords in Boolean searches for them to look out for. They're looking out for talent. There's a statistic that told us how many recruiters on a daily are looking for talent on LinkedIn. So do not sleep on it. So you can do all that. Use your keywords and you can say what you're doing just to, again, further push yourself. And then you then come to where you showcase experience. So I want to say that you need to treat LinkedIn like the sister of your CV, not a twin, not the same. Treat it like the sister. So what I mean is, don't treat it the same. Is don't copy everything you have on your CV, boom, and you dump it. Try to refine it a bit to just make it. So for example, what you can do for the experience, you can just put few very catchy things, but not a lot. Don't put 15 bullet points. Make it sweet, concise. But you see that your professional summary, you can tell a story. Like you can use it to tell a story. But even if you are coming from, maybe you were not in tech originally and you suddenly fancy tech, you can write it. It's your room to shine. Don't feel shy to bring out yourself. Everything doesn't have to be, oh, I'm this professional. You can talk about your background. If you imagine your parents want you to study, they want you to study medicine and you find yourself in engineering, talk about it. To say, oh, I was originally scheduled to study medicine, but as life we have it, the engineering, blah, 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 was drawing me in. I went, blah, blah, blah. I did this. Tell your story. If you are a first class, say it, that out of 5,000 people, from blah 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 background, you emerge at the first class in your class with, sell your story. Everybody wants value. Just sell your value. Don't be shy to really bring out your value. Don't be shy to, Yoruba will say, kolowo yourself. Don't be shy to really like advertise yourself, like self-promote. And don't be shy to do it. And if some people are not cool with it, well, the day you get a job, you will keep quiet. But still that I'm still saying, I will not keep quiet. And of course, you have a place where you can have like future content. If there's anything, if there's a link to your project. For example, I know that designers, there's this app that you guys use for your project. I forgot because one of my mentees added, she put all her, it's like an Instagram for designer. Some of you will know it if you're a designer. Put the link to that place there. If you have a portfolio, if you publish anything, like that's your space. So feel free to use it. Feel free. Even myself, I was still looking at my link yesterday and I was like, I need to change everything I put on every future content. I need to reorganize. I was still saying yesterday. And also remember that you are not a tree, you are a human being. So if you decided in January to put maybe your portfolio, and if something has changed, if you decide that, you were featured maybe in a newspaper and you want to change that, you can. And I think you can put up to 5 to 6 features, but feel free to switch. You don't have to say, this is how it should be. It's a breathable living space. You can feel free to really just change things or move things around as you want. But I really just want you to leverage LinkedIn. It's so important, especially as you are rising. Sometimes the opportunity you are looking for is in that 30 minutes. Imagine you can set 30 minutes every day to spend on LinkedIn. You can follow. So what you should, and you should also be very strategic about it. So what you should do is you can say, in my field, I will list 10 top professionals that post a lot. I want to follow them. And you can make a note. I used to do it. And you can make a note, say, every day, 30 minutes, I'm going to spend 5 minutes on their page to see maybe they posted something new. You put a comment, you like. You imagine doing that every day. Before you know it, you are building a muscle. And even you will not know after maybe 2 weeks. You will just pick up a pen one day. You will just start writing, I read this about this. And you will be wondering, where is this one coming from? It's coming from you because it's coming from what you practice. I really just want you guys to take note of that. So I believe that we spoke about the premium benefits. You can have some emails to use to talk to anybody that you like. So, and another thing is, once you start off, you always look like, when I start off, I'm on 200 followers. I'm on Kiniko. Don't bother. But immediately you hit 500, it then gives you 500 plus connection. That also helps you to, like, it just helps you to showcase, okay, if you are the one that looks at numbers, that looks at social media followers, at least once you hit 500, it doesn't show the number again. So try to get yourself to 500 if that's your thing. Just wanted to say that. And yes, so just to really conclude with you guys, what I'm going to say to bring this to a close, exactly 1 hour, to bring this to a close is, what I would say you should remember is that you need to take the time. And when I say invest in yourself, it doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean money. Investment doesn't always mean money. It doesn't mean, for example, what you're doing now, taking time to sit down here is you investing in yourself. So investing in yourself, it means that just take out time to really look for things that had value to you. Could it be like you're going to update your resume, you're going to update your link, taking the time, you're taking time to also do all of that. Probably if you have a job, it means you have to not sleep or not watch TV for you to be able to do that. And remember to always showcase your value. Like I said, if there's anything you're taking away from this session, is like, I am going to daily showcase my value. You have to showcase your value, and you always have to stay engaged. Like I know sometimes it could be tiring, but you cannot get tired. You have to stay engaged, and then you have to make sure that even if it's small, like I said, even if it is small, even if it is 15 minutes every day you can spare, if that's what you can spare to show up where you feel like what you're looking for is to read, because the more you show up, the more you read things, the more things just happen for you. And I'll give you a very practical example to just close. There was when Stripe was going to come to Dubai, they did not post the jobs. One of my friends got a job with Stripe. Guess where she found the information? In the news. she's used to, she knew she was looking for a job, and frustrated as she was, she felt like, but I have the skills. How come no one is calling me? You know what she did? You know what she did?
You're being
PRP
hacked. Please shut the meeting now.
immediately. This
She
meeting
then
has
had
been
to,
You're being
hacked.
hacked. Please shut the meeting now.
End the meeting immediately. This meeting
You're
has
being
been
hacked.
hacked.
Please shut the meeting now.
End the meeting immediately. This meeting has
so just really,
You're being hacked. Shut the meeting now.
so, and I feel like,
You're
I don't
being
know,
hacked. Please shut the meeting now.
like I said, so yeah, so the link, somebody probably shared it in the wrong place.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm really sorry about this.
Yes, Precious said it is Behance. Yes, I know.
All right.
I don't know if Anne is still here. So Anne, you use past tense. No, what I meant, you mentioned that you use past tense for the work that you've done. But if you are still currently in the role, you're going to use, so for example, if you look at the template I shared, I said spearheaded because it was past. But if you are in the role, you will use spearheading, continuous, ongoing. So that's what I meant. So please.
All right.
I don't know if she's still here.
We still
And
have
so the reply is, if you're still in the role, yes. Yes, I was just replying to Han in the question. So you use spearheading because you are still in the role. If you are still there designing, if you are, instead of like orchestrating those words, you put the you put the continuous in it. I don't know if you okay, yeah. So yeah, that's it. So it is when you've left the place that you would then use it in past tense. But what I meant is you must make sure that you are using action verb to really at the beginning of your sentence to just show that action and show that power and show that value. Yeah. Any more question?
Yeah, so we have Sophie here. She said, under academic qualification, do we compulsorily have to include our CGPA? I didn't see any space for that on the template.
No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. See, no, because you shouldn't. Why do you want to? No, why do you want to show your CGPA? Only if you're first class and you want to, and you can actually put, if you're first class, you can put it. Where is the document again? Only if you're first class, and if you're first class, you should even you should have shouted it at the beginning. You should have shouted it at the beginning. First class, I know I've seen it. You should have shouted it at the beginning. It's like you should have shouted it at the beginning. So, but if you're like 2-2, you don't really, even 2-1, you don't need to. But if you're first class, from the beginning, you will have shouted first class. No, but so you really don't need to, because you don't want people to sort of stereotype you. But if you're a first class, please, as well, you can shout it as one. So even if it's not in the template, you can always work. So again, you also need to think, like I said, I don't believe that there is one stop template. This is just what I believe is a standard universal template. So if you want to put it, if you're a first class and you want to really put it, you can put it under first class graduate. And if your CGPA is 5.5, because that's a value. That's you selling your value, and because that's something that stands you out. Yeah.
Okay, so we have questions from Jane Eda. She said there are some achievements that might not be quantifiable. Will this work? For example,
Like what? Give me the example.
She said, for example, I am a HR personnel, and in my current workplace, I was the first in-house HR, and I was able to set up a people culture and proper administration. Can this be quantified?
What's her name?
Jane Ede.
Jane, how can you say that that's not quantifiable? You came into a role. How can you say that there's nothing that is not quantifiable? How can you say that you the number one, that you came as the only HR, you set up an HR department from scratch. You probably developed policies. How many? Is it 25? How is that not quantifiable? You developed 25 policies and procedure that is being used across how many employees? Is it 50? Is it 100? 100 employees are using it, and it is improving their performance. That their performance is being improved. That it is giving the company is now getting revenue. That if we increase your revenue by how many percent from last year? Jane, please, it's extremely quantifiable. It's extremely quantifiable.
All right, so we have Sophie. She said under academic. Okay, I think we've answered this. Yeah. We have Winifred. She said, when you haven't gotten your degree or like master's, but you're still on it, would you or but you're still on it, or would soon get it, how do you put that into the CV in a way you put it into consideration?
Question. Very good question. Just beside your, let's say, for example, the way we have this Master of Business Administration, beside it, you're going to put it tiny in view, or you make that in view. If this font, if the size font is 20, the in view will be like 10. That's how you put it. That's how you put it.
Awesome. Awesome. And Cliff said, you mentioned that I think we've answered this question. We have Julieta. She said, in my case, I have a 4 degree. Do I need to separate my resume? I have an experience in web development, digital marketing, AI, and ML. Do I need to separate my resume?
It depends on, okay, let me just read. In my case, I have 4 degrees. No,
Yeah.
So your degree and the job that you're looking for, they are, okay, the degree you have and the job you're looking for, they are 2 different things. So the way you have this, your 4 different degrees, you don't have to separate it because you have experience in web design. You can join that with your digital marketing, and now AI and ML is a new thing. You can use AI and ML in digital marketing. You can use it in web design. So you can use it. So they are all, you can use that together. So what you can do, I don't know the sort of job you're looking for. So if, for example, you're looking for, you can have 2 CVs. If you are looking for maybe a web development CV, you can put that and put your AI and ML, because you know that that's the new thing. Everybody wants someone with some level of AI and machine learning experience. So I think that you can put those you can put that together there. Your digital marketing as well. You can have another CV for that, and then also make sure you work your AI and ML into that, because that can also sell you like that. So you can have not 4, you can have 2 CVs, one for your web development and another one that you can have for your digital marketing, and then you can put your AI and ML in that. And even if you want to go further, you can now even have one CV, which is going to be your master CV that has everything. So when you then want to tweak things, you can take that and use it to tweak it. But I don't think you need to have 4 CVs. I think you can have 2. You should have 2 and maximum 3. Yeah, you don't need 4.
So we have a last question from Winifred. She said, late question entry. If I'm applying to a tech job but have little experience, what can I do to increase my chances of getting it?
Well, good question. First, I believe that's one why you are here in this mentor, so that you can be there with mentors. They can help you. And I think it's something that we've also spoken about, and it's not limited to even tech. It's limited to any job as well, but we're just going to say it about tech. You need to, first of all, you need to be reading a lot about the space, the sort of tech job that you're looking for. You need to have that level of information. And you need to go into your interview. If you're already getting interviews, you need to go into your interview not with the mindset of, oh, I don't have any experience, but with the mindset of, I have a lot of transferable experience that I can showcase, and I can show you guys that I can do it. Because people sometimes, they want to see your enthusiasm, they want to see your thought process, not necessarily that you've done it, but they want to see your thought process to see that you can do it. So those are the things you need to show. And while you're doing that, you can also make sure that you're trying your hands. Like I said, there are a lot of ways you can do, I won't say free project, but I can say maybe non-monetary project that you can, and even as you are here, whoever is in your field, if it's cybersecurity, you can get someone else so that you guys can like work together and start brainstorming and start sort of working on a simple project together, so that you can have that to show. So that's really what I would say. Don't wait till anything is perfect. Start now, and then we can then go, and we can work like that.
So I think that would be the last question we'll be taking. So some to ask, how can one negotiate for a higher pay? Some to, we're trying to get you into the job first.
So is the CV first, eh?
Yes, before we start.
Get the interview first. Get your CV, let your CV be poppy, let your CV be getting
that's another session. So
that's another. Then how you will now be able to first of all get this one job to go and shout about, to negotiate, to negotiate.
Okay, something how we can help you is we do have a resource. Check our YouTube channel. Somebody has discussed about this. We've had a soft skills session on this. Check our YouTube channel and you will see a way to negotiate for a higher salary. But thank you everyone for coming in. Well, if you enjoyed this session like I enjoyed this session, please, I don't know if I can ask for a round of applause because I know this was really impactful, but everybody please on your screen, let's celebrate our speaker. Put up your emojis. Let's see it in the comment section if you did enjoy this session. And please remember that this is a part 1. This is just a part 1. We have a part 2 coming up where Oyindamola herself would tweak CVs. You're going to display your CV on the screen that day, and she's going to go through it. She's going to tell you A, B, C, D, change this, change that, change that. So we have that coming up on the 19th. So let's not play with that. If you enjoyed this session, connect with her on LinkedIn. I think I dropped it on the link on the chat group. Connect with her on LinkedIn. And I would love if everybody can turn on their videos. Let us take pictures with our beautiful speaker. Oyindamola, I really loved this session. Thank you so much. Like I said, I've been waiting for it because me
Sorry,
too.
just one question. Just quickly wanted to reply her. Anne said, "Is it necessary to include an address when applying for foreign jobs?" No, and I don't think it's necessary. If you,
okay.
You shouldn't put your full address. And if you feel like that's one thing that could sort of penalize you, you can take out your address. But please put your phone number and your contact email. It also depends on the context, but I don't want us to overrun this session more than we do. So go ahead.
So thank you. So everybody, please let me see your beautiful faces. If you did enjoy this session, let's take our pictures, connect with our speaker on LinkedIn. Hi, Abidemi. Hi, Balande. Hi, oh my wentees. Awesome. Please, for our wentees in the mentoring program, have your catch-up sessions with your mentor. Hi, Omoumi. Oh, you people are looking so beautiful. You people are looking so beautiful today. I don't know, okay? Let me try and get our picture going. You ready to say cheese? Oh, thank you so much. This session was really impactful and engaging. Say cheese. Okay, I'll take a second one. Faisal, you're not smiling. All right. Okay, for us having problems with the link, Oyindamola is going to
which link? That's I'm wondering, what link are they having problem with? Is it
the template? They have problems downloading it. I think there's a picture here if you can see. It's not going through. Said resource link is reached. The website is temporarily unable to service your request as it has exceeded resource limit. So I think you just have to work on it.
Okay, you guys want to crash the website. Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask why
They're not playing with it. They said, no, we're going to use it. So I'm going to inform everybody when it comes back on. So please get on our Telegram. Adejoke just
someone is giving you the right link.
Yeah, she's giving us it. So yes, Adejoke, thank you very much.
I just clicked it as well. I want to see if it works.
Faisal, please take this link and share it on our Telegram channel as well to the community. So everybody, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much.
No, it's not working, Dara. Something is wrong. So we need to check it.
It's not working.
I just clicked it. I clicked it now. It
didn't work. The same thing.
Yeah, it's saying the same thing. So we're gonna check it out and let you know when it's back on. But at least you can take that link. That will be the link. Maybe we took it out at some point. I can't remember. It's probably that we took it down at some point. Because exactly. Either it's you guys or maybe we took it down. But we are going to check it out and then come back and tell you guys.
So just join this Telegram group and stay tuned. And for the wentees, just check out for your email. I'm going to send it in as soon as it starts working. But thank you so much, everyone, and have a great day. Prepare for our part 2. Thank you so much, Damola. This was really, really awesome. Looking forward to having you on the 19th again. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye. All right. Oh, everybody's going. Bye. Wendy, you could log off for all. What? You could end it for all. All right.